I came in blindsided. Like Ghana wasn't on my list. I didn't know nothing about return of Ghana. I didn't know nothing about none of that. Burkina Faso was on my list. So the first time it was like, what? I'm in Africa? Like, pinch me right now? Like, what? The people are smiling, dancing, happy. The music are loud at 4 a.m. I was like, why? Why are you guys so happy? And that makes me realize, like, wow, how ignorant we are, like how small-minded we are. Like, these people doesn't have much, but they're so happy. And I won't say I'm running from my troubles, come to Ghana, because Ghana won't save my troubles. My troubles will still be there. I'm coming for like the peace I feel. Like, I feel happy. I feel like, oh, I want to wake up every day. He helped me with the problems I have in my apartment. His mom cooked for us to make videos. His mom, if I went to do like a Cape Coast video, like they adapt me like their family. I was like, oh wow.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the vlog. My name is Ndiro Ganga. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. We are back again with Diaspora Stories, and today we meet a phenomenal young lady. Her story is very unique. Why? Because people come to Ghana for different reasons. Some come to Ghana to reconnect with the motherland, the ancestry, and get a feeling of who they are and where they came from. Some have heard about dirty December and they're looking to unwind, let their hair down, and have a good time at all the festivals that happen in Ghana during December holiday. For our guest today, she's heard good things about Ghanaian men, Ghanaian culture, and Ghanaian people, and she thought, if I can find love in America, if I can't find love in the UK, if I can't find love anywhere else in the world, how about I try Ghana? She packed her bags and set route to Ghana to look for her ideal man and future husband. Introduce yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Hi guys, my name is Stacy. I'm a freelance photographer, content creator, and a profession nurse by 9 to 5, if you want to say. But yeah, that's what I do, and I am Stacy on YouTube and all platforms. But let's jump right into the tea that you guys clicked on this video for.
So I'm very curious. Is this your first time in Ghana, or
no? So this is my second time in Ghana. So I came to Ghana before in the Easter time, and I had to really like it. And I was like, oh, I want to move to Ghana, or no, I want to travel around West Africa just to see how it is, because people romanticize other culture and other places. So I was like, you know what? I was looking online to see like other photographer that show really nice drone shot, photography shot, the ones that I really follow and like to see, and they have no African content, just like Paris, London, New York, the same repetitive thing. So I was like, you know what, let me push out the bungs and try something different. So that's why I landed in Ghana back again.
And let's talk about the first time. Like, how was that experience, like traveling from the States and coming to Ghana?
So the first time it was like, what? I'm in Africa? Like, pinch me right now? Like, what? It was very mind-boggling, eye-opening, and to be honest, I cherish a lot of things on my first time coming back home, like running water. Like, I used to take a bath after I finished a long 24 hours or 12-hour shift. I used to go take a nice hot bath. It was shocking that they don't have bath here. It was mostly like the standing shower, mostly. Even in nice places, because I stayed at the Marriott the whole time, and they didn't have a bath. And so I was like, okay, it's different. And then once we was up in Takrady, going to the village, I was showering and the water went out because they was like, oh, you're taking long showers. And I did not realize, like, I have to cut my shower short. But it let me realize things at home, like, oh, so when I got back home, like, oh, turn off the water, like, oh, you're wasting the water, like, be mindful. So it really taught me to be mindful of things that we take advantage of at home.
How different was Ghana to the States, just in terms of people, in terms of culture, in terms of way of living, food?
I feel like America doesn't have a culture. Don't come for me, Americans. I mean, like, I don't feel like we have a culture in America because, like, for example, in Ghana, if Christmas coming, you have the neighbor that will bring you cake, you have music playing. I like I was going somewhere at like 4 a.m. Oh, I was going to Lomé. And it's like 4 a.m. And I was like, I need tea. But all the tea I get in Ghana sucks. I don't drink coffee, but the tea wakes me up for my day. And I was like, why are you smiling? Like, the people are smiling, dancing, happy. The music are loud at 4 a.m. I was like, why? Why are you guys so happy? And that makes me realize, like, wow, how ignorant we are, like how small-minded we are. Like, these people doesn't have much, but they're so happy. So it really teach me like really lot. And culture-wise, I think Ghana have more culture than America. Like, you guys have the Ashanti, they have every Cape Coast have a different culture. They speak Fanti. I went all the way up to village to do like giveaways, because the first time I came, I bring like school stuff and I went to give more in the village, because I feel like people that lives in Accra still could afford things if you could live in Accra, because Accra is expensive. So that was a really cool experience. So like culture wise, I would say Ghana have a culture. The people are more friendly, way too laid back for me, but they're really laid back.
Where are you from? New York?
No, I am from Chicago, but originally I am from Belize.
Okay, because I know, like, I have a friend who's from New York, and because New York never sleeps and it's always on the run, they
Chicago.
say the same thing.
Yeah, they too laid back for me, like way too laid back. I was like, no, pronto. Like, for example, we hire a car, we was like, okay, 6. They come at 11. I'm like, I'm paying you, like, where does this work? But I realized you cannot be too like, you could be friendly with Ghanaian, but not too friendly, not in a bad way to offend nobody, but if you be too friendly, I feel like they get way more relaxed. And then because of the culture and where I come from, I just get so angry. Like, time is money. Okay, I cannot.
So when I came, I had the same issue. It was like, you guys are too laid back. And then I realized that not everybody is in a rush, literally, in life.
That's
just
true.
Because I am rushing doesn't mean that the other person is rushing. And I'm not saying be late for your meetings. I'm just saying sometimes
you gotta sit back and think think about it.
Yes, because Nairobi is a little bit more like very westernized. So family and social time and rest and all things that are prioritized.
Yeah.
If you have something you have to deliver, I don't care if you're not going to go to bed, deliver it.
I think that's the Western world.
But at the end of the day, it begins taking a toll on you. That's why you're saying people here are very happy.
That's true.
Because they know there's that sense of contentment, and they understand the art of living life.
That's
so
true.
what we cannot do today will be done tomorrow.
But their tomorrow is like a month, though. I'm sorry.
That's why I was saying I'm not making an excuse for people who will deliberately be late.
Yes.
But I respect the fact that people here, and it's something that I've had to learn, that people prioritize family.
Which is good.
Yes, when I was in the newsroom, somebody will finish their story and go home instead of waiting to see their story on air. Because it's something that we were taught in Nairobi. What if your story has a mistake? But what if the story has a mistake? The mistake has already happened, you know?
That's true.
And I also realized that because they're able to go home and recharge and leave, the burden is lesser and lesser
That makes
and
sense.
lesser.
You know what? You just opened my eye to it. I didn't think about it that way.
I also didn't think about it because there
really
was
didn't
some
think
day
about it that
I
way.
was walking and someone in front of me was walking very slowly, and I very aggressively said, "Move." And when I said that, they turned back and they said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then they stepped aside and they kept walking. If it was Nairobi, that person would have insulted me and then it would have spoiled my day and would have gone back and forth. And I just realized you're the one in a rush.
That's
this
true.
person is not in a rush. Why do you want them to walk first just because
That's
you're in
true.
a rush? So initially it would get to me, but now I took the lesson from it. Also, anybody that's worked with me, they'll tell you I'm a little bit bullish, which is not bullish. We just have to get the job done.
Yes.
But now I sort of give a little bit of grace because I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And I also borrow bits and pieces from it so that I can also be able to
Adapt
live
to their lifestyle.
and also be a holistic individual where
True.
I can travel. I can go on vacations without feeling
That's true.
guilty.
That's true.
I can sleep in without feeling guilty, because sometimes you feel like I need to work, I need to. Then you can't even watch a movie for an hour.
And you know what? You're right, because I think that's the reason why I came back to Ghana. So but But I would say you're right. I've been working 12-hour shift, 24-hour shift, one job to a next job. After I finish work, I would literally say if I have to go to work at 7, I would shoot a photo shoot at sunrise at 5:30. So it's like, and then I left from there, I go to work. Then I left from work, I probably will go Uber because I was like, okay, I'm saving all this money. I have to have enough money to go to Ghana because everybody complaining, it's getting expensive. So I was like, okay, I want comfortable money. I want to live comfortable. So so then I realized like I moved to Ghana for that reason, because I was always rushing at home, doing this at home, one thing to the other, go here, go there. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I came here for the peace. Because I would say Ghana give me like I won't say freedom, and I won't say I'm running from my troubles. Come to Ghana, because Ghana won't save my troubles. My troubles will still be there. I'm coming for like the peace. I feel happy. I feel like, oh, I want to wake up every day. At home, it's 1 degree outside. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to get out of bed. I'm angry. Like, I'm angry for no reason.
You know, when we did the video, and I think there was a question that asked, how do you think you die? And I think we had a conversation about that. I struggle with mental health. It's not a secret. It's something that I've shared. I think when I was in Nairobi and being caught up in that toxic cycle of hustle, no rest, just keep going. I was angry, like you said. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping, and I was thinking of killing myself almost all the damn time. Not to say that
let's open up that worms.
Not that Accra has changed that, but in a span of a
year,
comfortability. Yes, in a span of a year, I think it's only happened 3 times where those thoughts came to my mind. And to anyone who struggles with suicidal thoughts, you know, like, to think about it 3 times in a year is a big deal.
Yeah.
Is a big deal.
Difference.
So that peace that you're talking about, and that serenity, it doesn't shield you from your problems, but it allows you room to breathe. That's so true. That you can be able to handle your problems better.
That is true. Yeah, it's like I was like, no, don't get it wrong. I didn't move just to be here or for the dirt. I don't even like to go to clubs, so it's not even for the. Since I've been here, I've been to the club twice. Yeah, like 2 times. Yesterday, and then the first time I was strong, they were like, oh. So yeah, so it's not even for the club. It's just like the peace, the vibes. I want to travel around and show Africa like in a different perspective from other people. So I was like, you know what? It's just giving me a peace. And then I realized like I came here for a tranquility to come all the way down. Then when I get here, I get so angry, like, oh, you're moving so slow. Oh, you're taking so long. I was like, oh, okay. But now you just opened my eyes to something new, because I never thought about it that way, to be honest. I never, ever did.
What have some of the highlights, what have been your highlight moments ever since you came?
Ever since I came, I hired a photographer, and he adopted me like his family. Like he was very helpful. And I would say he didn't even charge me a lot or anything like that. He helped me with the problems I have in my apartment. His mom cooked for us to make videos. His mom, if I went to do like a Cape Coast video, like they adopt me like their family. I was like, oh wow, like I don't even have Ghana card. Yeah, I don't even have none of these things, and I am depending on this stranger. So it's like they make you feel like family. They make you feel home. They're willing to help, even if they cannot help. I realized they would still say yes, and I love that about them. Like the young lady that just passed earlier, she would cook because she know I don't like to cook, and she would be like offering me food, like, here, I know you don't like to cook. I was like, wow, like
the kindness of strangers.
Like, what? You know what gets me to another highlight that I kind of love now, that Danielle, like, it's kind of shallow. Eating with other people, I find it a little bit disgusting, a little bit weird.
When I came, I would be like, no, I don't want to eat with you. No.
And then we had to share a bowl, and I was like, and I was explaining to my mom, like, and then she was like, and then she freaking out more, and I was like, oh yeah, we gotta share a bowl of soup. Because when the first time I come, I didn't try the fufu. I didn't care for it because I think it was just calories. I'm getting fat. Like, no, I don't want it. But I really love banku and tilapia.
Me too.
That's my favorite. And so he teach me like, no, this is a form of unity. This is a form of like when other husbands have more than one wife. because that's the thing here, that some of the Muslims or some of other culture have more than one wife, and the wife cook, everybody gonna eat as a form of unity. So if this one thinks to poison everybody, everybody's gonna die. And like, it's just the things that they're telling me, like giving me an eye opener. And then family, closeness, trust. And I was like, oh wow, I never thought about it this way. So now I got a little bit more comfortable to eating my fufu with other people hands in it and wash back and all that. But yeah.
So what other countries are you looking to travel in West Africa?
Okay, so I went to Togo, I went to Benin, head to Nigeria, and I'm thinking Ivory Coast. And in Ghana, honestly, wasn't on my list. I sung really shallow. I didn't even know nothing about Ghana. I came in blindsided. Like, Ghana wasn't on my list. I didn't know nothing about return of Ghana. I didn't know nothing about none of that. Burkina Faso was on my list. Like, I was obsessed with that country. Ask me why, I don't know. So I was watching YouTube about all my stuff, the backpacking. Because when you watch YouTube and watch other travelers and backpacking, it's more like all the white people like Peter and Drew Binsky and all these, you know. So they have this one that called Peter, and he and his girlfriend did a backpacking around West Africa. And I was like, oh wow. But they did a real proper backpacking, like sleep in like mud houses, sleep on like this, watching the stars. Like, oh wow, this is like a connection right here. They didn't went to have no luxury stay or luxury Airbnb. No, they went to stay in local places, like places that myself be like, nah, I won't sleep there. And for some reason, when I watch it, they did a Burkina Faso episode, and I don't know where the connection come with it. I just start to buy everything for my backpacking trip. I'm leaving, and then I just procrastinating and like, oh, I'm scared to go to Africa by myself. Like, oh, I don't want to go. And I was always depending on my friend to come, because we both solo travel. So I was like, oh, let's go. Then she was like, oh no, I buy a ticket, I'm going to Ghana. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to Ghana too. So I just randomly came to Ghana, and then I had to go to work, so I couldn't come. I was like, wow, I spent $3,000 on this ticket. And so I'm actually glad that happened, because I'm still flying on that $3,000 ticket. So when I first came, I ended up only paying like $400 and something for the ticket. And so I get all that refund. I didn't get refund, but I get the credit. So I'm still using that credit to travel. I was like, yes, perfect. And so I don't know why I didn't went to Burkina Faso yet, because I did some trips already around. I did Tamale. I went to Bolotanga. I did a bunch of places. Wow. I went to this village called Karaminga. I did Cape Coast. I did Kumasi. I did a lot of places. Yeah.
From all the places you've been, what would you say are some of the favorite dishes that you've eaten in these places?
Oh, I tried wache. Is it wache or tessi? Do they have something I call tessing?
You guys tell us in the comment section. I know wache though.
I tried those in the village and it was really good. But I don't see it here, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then I tried wache here in Medina. I didn't like it. It was dry. It was just, I don't know. Okay, but my thing is, trying food in Accra seems pretty expensive. And it's not that great. But when I go to like Kumasi, Red, the best. Go to the village, I get other food. It's so good. Like, but every time I'm struck, that's my struggle. That's like my lower highlights of Ghana. Like, my food is very expensive in Accra, but it's not so great at all. Like, and the customer service, like once I went to like the other day, me and Danielle went to like we were shooting, and I was like, oh, I'm tired, like let's eat. So we went to a corner store. Like, you think it will not be more than 5 cedis, 10 cedis for the banku. I get like this small little fish that those people sell, and I normally don't eat it because of my stomach. I didn't know that I thought they was selling tilapia, and they bring the banku. They just bring you anything. I was like, tilapia with banku, but hey, it is what it is. You order what you want, but they bring you whatever they want. Then they were like, madam, I can't take it back. I already got it. So I was like, okay. So I did that. It cost me a hefty 278 cedis.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes, and it was a very small fish and a placa banco. And I was like, all these workers that is lining up to get their soup and stuff, I know they're not paying that type of money for some food. But that was a rookie travel mistake not to ask. But because of all honesty, and I was with a local, and he even asked, what are we paying that for? And he was like, oh yeah, that's the price. I was like, what? Yeah, and it was in Oso, right behind the KFC, one of those little small like chop shop.
Yeah.
It was nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Nothing. I was like, oh, I'm supporting the local, but so sometimes you gotta think twice of supporting the locals too, because they do want to take advantage of the diaspora. I'm so sorry.
For that person, like a rookie traveler like yourself, who's thinking of packing and coming to Accra for a trip, what advice would you give them?
Pack light. I realized that you don't need a lot of stuff like all these deodorant, mouthwash, blah 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 that you overpack with and overweight. Leave that at home. Like literally pack right. I get cheap spray in Medina, 18 CDs. I'm not with Makola, like all the things. Maybe your fly repellent and your malaria pills, because I tend to realize the malaria pills is pricey here. So bring your malaria pills, your fly repellent. I would say don't bring makeup. Since I come here, just bring your stuff to your eyebrow and like more skincare and lip gloss. You tend to be so hot as you walk out the house, you're wiping your face.
You get used
the makeup
to it.
is coming off.
You get used to it.
Really?
Now I wear makeup.
Oh, but you don't look like you're wearing makeup
Yeah.
though. So that's a good thing. So I tend to find I can't wear it because all the clothes, all the cloth just fill with makeup, and yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. And
So-
to people who are looking to relocate or maybe do stay.
Oh, relocate. Yes, baby. Oh, we don't want to get into that. Okay, from my experience I'm having right now, if you're looking to relocate to Ghana, just rent an Airbnb for 1 week or 2 weeks or a hotel. Don't be stupid like I did and rent on Booking, and it's like a guest house that you could live in for long term and book for all 3-4 months. Because even though, get everything in writing. If they say they're gonna always have light, get that in writing. Nothing is too small. Even if they say, okay, I will put gas, I will put light, don't worry about this, the internet. Get it all in writing is very important, because that was my rookie mistake, because I didn't get it in writing. And talk to the local neighbor, because if I would don't think you're better than nobody. Because if I would have taken my time to speak to the lady across the street, I would have never lived in this place. I would have just left. And I had the opportunity to left because they charged me 27,000 CDs. And so Danielle was saying, no, that's too much money. This will be a place for like 2 years. That's too much, blah, blah, blah. So I tell him, so my plan is, he said, tell him you don't get all the money yet. You got to go to the bank because it's too much. So we did that. And so I was looking for places, but for some reason, they just hear my accent. They just bring like, I was like, oh, so this is like the cheapest place then, because it was like 52,000 CDs and blah, blah, blah. And then there was like, oh, because this is December time. I was like, man, we're in October. December is far away. Oh, but this is our season. So if you're coming to Ghana, I would say even though I come October just to chop out that December season, like come January, February, March, come February after all that, come March, May, don't come on that high season of their time, because what I'm paying for here, I could be living somewhere for a couple of years.